Thought I'd give a little update on how the bees are doing here. It's April 2nd, 2023. Here are my honeybees after the long, dark winter. I've put this silver wrap around them to keep them a little bit warm. I got them in my bee shelter here. And at night I put this tarp down over in the front to keep the wind, because the nights are still quite cold up here. I'm up here in the Peace region of British Columbia. As you can see, if I swing around this way, we still have lots of snow and the trees don't have any leaves, and we're still probably a month away from any kind of dandelions showing up. But I am anticipating right now some pollen from the willow trees, and that's why I'm out here. I'm just watching to see if they're bringing any in, and so far I haven't seen any. About +6 Celsius out, but in front of this shelter I think it's a little warmer. And the fact that I scraped away all the snow, and now there's nice dead warm grass around for them to land on and get their water. I think the tinfoil wrap here, this bubble wrap or whatever you want to call it, I think it's really helping at night keep the warmth in. I've also treated them with mite strips and pollen patties. They did actually spend the winter in one brood box, single story brood box, and I decided to put a second brood box on all of them with quite a bit of honeys and pollen stores, so they can get a little bit more feed. They right away moved up into the second story and started feeding on that pollen and honey, so I think it was a good idea. If I look over here, that little mound over there is our root cellar, and that's where these guys spent the winter. In there it's about -3 during the dead of winter, so there's still quite a few dead outs. So and behind that there's a bunch of willow trees, and hopefully pretty soon they're going to be blossoming there, and the bees can feed on the willows. You can see where I scraped up all the snow here. Made a spot for them to land. I used to keep the bees in this shelter here during the winter, and I used to have, I had a insulated front for them. It wasn't a bad idea. I still might do it again in the future. It's difficult to get the bees in and out of the cellar. I do think I'm going to next year wrap the bees in this silver insulation wrap, even if I put them in the cellar or keep them in this this building. Or I think they could benefit from having that wrap around them, and they could keep their temperature a little bit better. Because like I said, in the root cellar it's still -3 in there constantly. Doesn't change very fast, and if there's lots of bees it actually does go up, even up to a +3. Anywhere from +3 to -3 Celsius, that is. They're sure loving this sunshine though. I know there's parts of Canada that are still really cold. They haven't been able to get their bees out in certain areas. It's important to get them out too because they need to have a cleaning flight, and if they're in there too long they'll defecate in the hives, and that's not very good for them. Well, like I said, just thought I'd give you a little update on how the bees are doing and what I'm doing for them. Have a good day.